folks. I'm Seamus.
And I'm Sean.
And today we are reviewing the runners-up from 2022 and 2023. Last week we did Jameson Black Barrel and Redbreast 12, which were the winners from 2022 and 2023. Went head-to-head on those. We actually picked Black Barrel over Redbreast 12, which I was surprised about. But not really. So anyway, we're not reviewing those today. What we are reviewing is the runners-up. So I'm going to take these out. These are our runners-up from 22 and 23. We had Teeling and Jameson, regular Jameson, as second and third place in 2022. And then 2023 we had Powers, 3 Swallow, and Sexton was on third place, so second and third. So what we wanted to do is put these kind of side by side, taste them, see how we would rate these 4, and would we put any of these above Redbreast 12? Because you know these two didn't get to go up against it, and after a week maybe our balance changed too.
Yeah,
that's right. That's one thing I've noticed is my tastes and everything change all the time. So anyway, we're gonna get to pouring these, and then we'll give them a taste. All right, I'll pour these 2 out, and then you pour those, and we'll get together. We're running low on the genie. Okay, so those down. All right, so we have these in order from left to right, or right to left.
Right.
Based on which ones they are. Okay, so where do you want to? Well, I want to start. I think I want to start with what we know most recent.
Okay.
Sexton.
Okay.
And Powers. Jameson, always know. We just had that last week when we were tasting actually against, because we tried that against the Black Barrel.
Right.
Just to see what the slight and what the difference was between the 2. Mm-hmm. And I know for me, like, I could have bought some more Jameson today, but I thought, no, I want the Black Barrel. I'll spend the $5 extra
right.
to have Black Barrel available all the time instead of just regular Jameson, because it's just that much better.
It really is.
So,
yeah.
Anyway. All right, so get the nose in, and I think I'll nose them all first.
Okay.
Let me taste them and see how we do.
Okay.
All
do you
right.
want to nose them right to left as well?
Yeah, I'll go right to left. Bit of ethanol. There was something. I wish I could get these smells and put a note to them. I smell something. I think this one is finished in sherry, actually.
Yeah, I believe so.
And I think the Teeling is too. Oh, rum casks.
Rum, that's right.
Rum casks for the Teelings. And this is
Spanish or
Spanish sherry.
is it the
Spanish sherry, yes.
Okay.
Spanish sherry.
Which one was the one that was finished in or Sozo or?
I don't know. It had to be in. We'll have to figure that out. Get back. Oh, you're further down along the way here.
Yeah.
Actually, was this finished in something? I thought this was finished. No, doesn't say. Oh, here. So I don't know, because it seems to be super sweeter to me.
The Teeling is the sweetest smelling one for me so far. The Powers smells a lot better than I did the first time I tried it. I've had an issue with Powers every single time.
Yeah.
But it's getting slightly better every time I try it.
Okay.
It's interesting.
You know, we haven't tried regular Powers yet.
That's true.
And so we should really try that. Well, maybe next year.
Yeah.
We got so many Irish whiskeys to get through. Got no business buying another one at the moment. Yeah, this one's got the most interesting smell. I think it's the rum cask.
Yeah, for sure.
Jameson doesn't have much of a smell for me.
Yeah, for me, the ethanol smell is over everything else. What I noticed with the two first place winners from 22 and this year, when we brought Jameson in, it was just kind of like a general taste. It really lacked more than I was expecting.
Okay.
Way more.
Okay.
It is a $20 bottle compared to Redbreast is like $50.
Right.
Black Barrel is Jameson, but higher tier.
Right.
So, but I wasn't expecting it to trip up so much. Jameson's one of my favorites. It's an easy go-to bottle, but yeah, EA, especially in this lineup as well.
Right.
You have a lot of sweetness here.
Right.
And then Jameson's just a little more neutral.
Yeah, it's got,
when you compare them.
Out of all of them, it's got the least amount of nose.
Yeah.
For sure. This is the most pleasant nose, I would say.
And that's the Teeling.
The Teeling with the rum cask. It's got kind of a sweet woody smell. Powers is just kind of a floral with alcohol on it.
Right.
The Sexton smells funky.
It does, after smelling the other ones.
Right? It's got that kind of sour funkadelic smell.
I actually prefer the smell on the Powers.
Yeah.
A little more floral. I don't know.
I'm not liking the Sexton right now.
It's got a bit of funk to it now.
Yeah. It's hitting me kind of like the Kinsale.
A little bit.
Right? That was that same funk.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. We know it doesn't taste that way.
Right. At least let's
hope.
Let's hope. Okay, well, let's taste it and let's start with the Sexton.
Okay.
See if it has that, if the nose transfers to the palate. It's got a slight funk, but not overly. But there's a sourness to it.
Yeah.
I'm tasting a sour note.
I still get that dark chocolate on the finish. It doesn't stop for me.
That's so wild. You're not a fan of dark chocolate.
No, I'm not.
So
it's interesting when it comes up in a whiskey, though.
So dark chocolate is more, in a way, bitter, I guess, than regular chocolate, right? So, okay. So I love dark chocolate. I prefer dark chocolate to regular chocolate. So to me, the bitterness doesn't stand out. But this one, the finish is lasting forever.
Yeah.
It's kind of giving me that cool mint.
Oh.
Like a little, like a cooling sensation on the back of my throat.
Okay.
I think I mentioned this last when we were reviewing them, but I don't know if it was Sexton. I just know it was one of them. Okay. I don't know if it was the Sexton that was doing this before. And it is my first drink today. So. Yep. But yeah, it's a little soury. No, not some sweetness with some sour, but not overpowering sour. Not the funkiness doesn't come through in the palate as much. Right. It's light, but it's not off-putting. But it's lasting long on the finish. All right. Okay, so next is the Powers 3 Swallow. Yeah, I like the smell on this one. I had this one during the week after work or something, and I liked it.
Okay. Yeah, I had this one since we last tried it.
Okay.
And yeah, it got a little bit better, but I still had that bitterness.
Okay.
With here, like the dark chocolate it's not sweet, but not bitterness. So, but it's leaning more towards bitter.
Okay.
But it's the dark chocolate. This is on the finish for me. This has just been bitter. No dark chocolate, no hints of anything. So.
This to me was so much smoother up front. Not any of that funk. No funkiness whatsoever, just sweet. And I'm actually getting it. I don't know. There's like that cool tingling feel in the roof of my mouth now. It's moved forward. With the Sexton, it was in the back of the throat. Now it's about right near the back of the mouth is where I'm feeling this one. It has a cooling sensation. It's really weird.
Huh.
it's almost like a mint, but it's not minty.
Right.
It's just that cooling, sensational feeling. Much more enjoyable, though, to me than the Sexton. I mean, way more.
Yeah. It's kind of got this spice factor.
Okay.
It reminds me of a rye, but it's a little overpowering. And that bitterness is still there.
Okay.
Right on the finish for me.
Okay.
That sucks.
Well, I definitely prefer that one over the Sexton myself.
Okay.
All right. Go with the Teeling.
Okay.
I know this did really well last year.
Oh, yeah.
It came in second. I like the smell on it. That's just got a good flavor. That's what the sweetness up front. It's just from the very front, right off the tongue. It's sweet all the way back. I'm not getting that. I'm still getting that cooling sensation I think from the others, but nothing else.
Yep.
Sorry.
You want some water?
I'm gonna taste this again after.
The Powers has like a numbing factor.
Right, the Jameson. All right. Well, do you have your order, do you think, or well, taste some more?
A little bit,
Yeah, I think I know my number one. I know which one I like the best right now. Second or third are the hard part. I know my first one, I know my last. I don't know the other ones, and you're gonna figure it out by the ones I reach for next to taste. It'd be interesting to try these each, like, just cold, you know, first drink. Because the Sexton tastes completely different now that I've had everything else. It's added flavor and dulled that funkiness that I was tasting originally. Everything else that I've had since has dulled that for me. Except in the nose. But anyway, all right. You know what you're not. You know what yours are.
I think so.
Okay. What's your last place? My last place is Sexton.
Okay. My last is Powers.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. So, my next is Jameson.
Okay.
So Jameson's a little bit is above Sexton. So
okay.
What's your next?
Sexton.
Sexton. Okay.
Yeah.
Then it's Powers for me, and then the favorite is Teeling.
Okay. Teeling's my second, and then Jameson's my
Wow. Okay.
It's really hard when they're all together like this because by far these are more complex than Jameson. But I don't know, maybe it's because it's not doing as much. I really enjoy it.
Okay.
It's smooth all the way through, and it's just there's nothing crazy going on. The Teeling it smelled better and it tasted for me.
Okay.
The Powers, I still get the bitterness on the end, and it ruins the whole experience.
Okay.
The Sexton with the dark chocolate is interesting, but I don't like dark chocolate.
Right.
I don't like dark chocolate. So, I don't know. For me, the Jameson still stands out.
Okay. You know, the reason out of all of these, the one that tastes the most like an Irish whiskey, but the quintessential Irish whiskey, of course, is Jameson.
Right.
By far. But the best tasting to me was the Teeling.
Okay.
And then the taste of the three swallows was good too. It was taste-wise, with enjoyment and of the flavors and drinking it, was the order I gave. But if I was for a classic, straight, which one was the most Irish of the whiskeys? Jameson by far.
Sure.
Like I said, the Sexton tastes better after I tried all the rest of these. So the Sexton was second to the last. What was?
It was my third place.
Third, okay.
Yeah.
So. Okay, so well, we've made our ratings, and we're very different. So we did a scoring, some funky math, or poor folks math, and we've determined that number one, based on where they finished, was Teeling. In fact, it was my number one and your number two.
Right.
Jameson was second. It was my number three, but Sean's number one. So that actually got a total of 4 points. Teeling was 5, Jameson was 4. Powers, Sean didn't like it all. He gave that last place. But for me, it was second place, so that gets third. And then Sexton is last, because it was your third and my last. So, again, I think they all have their place. Jameson, by far, is such a staple of Irish whiskey. It's always good. I'm just, after that, tasting the Black Burl and the Jameson and the price difference. If the price ever goes bigger between Black Barrel and Jameson, I'll go back to Jameson.
Sure, yeah.
You know, and Jameson's always good to have around anyway, just because. But the Teeling's good. Again, we've had this for a year, and we've gone through a couple of Jamesons, but we haven't necessarily gone through a Teeling. Powers 3 Swallow, it's good. I don't know if I'd always have it on hand. Just takes up space in a way, but that's good. But we've got some other Powers to try. I'd like to try the Powers, and I've heard some good thing about John's Lane too.
Yeah.
It's mixed though, because I heard that the 3 Swallows was better too. The 3 Swallows was better than John's Lane. So, but then I've heard the opposite. So
it's all opinion.
Right, it is.
That's why you like Powers, and I don't.
You don't. So. That's funny because they're made at the same place, I think, as Jameson.
Yeah, of course.
It's all Middleton, right? Of course. So, but hey, that's the way it is. Yeah. Anyway,
you want to do Teeling and Redbreast real quick?
Oh,
just to see. I doubt it.
So yeah, that's one of the things we wanted to find out was any of the runner-up, especially from 2022. So do you want to try the Redbreast?
Yeah. Since we have our number one from the second and third places.
Okay.
Just see if it's any better than Redbreast. Like I said, I really doubt it.
Yeah. Well, you gotta try some on the west side, right? Okay.
I'm glad it's not Jameson again. Already did that.
Right. So. All right. I'll move that out here. Okay, so this is the Redbreast 12 against the Teeling, huh? And I like the smell of the Teeling better. Alright, I'm gonna taste it. See, that's so much more closer to the Jameson regular Irish whiskey flavor.
Yeah.
To me.
I think it's way more complex than the Jameson, though.
Really? It's
way
smoother.
More.
It's smoother for me.
Oh.
A lot smoother.
For me, it's not much. It's not smoother than the Jameson for me.
Oh.
But there's more flavor, there's more happening.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. But now the Teeling.
Right.
This is a bummer.
You think you like the Teeling more?
At this moment, I'm digging on the Teeling, the flavor of this. It's just there's something about it that's really appealing to me right now. Yeah. Oh boy, that's hard. Actually, that last sip of the Redbreast was super good, and I don't know if it's the combination of all these. Oh man, too many choices. Too many choices. I know. No. Redbreast is still better.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
The Teeling is really good if you want sort of a sweet push. But that Redbreast,
right.
I don't know. There's something about it that it tastes more natural. The Teeling sometimes will hit you wrong, or at least it will for me.
Okay.
Where the sweetness kind of feels artificial. It's not overwhelming, though, and it's not every sip. Maybe it's us going back and forth. I don't know.
Right. Could be.
But yeah, the Redbreast is a little more traditional. The sweetness is dulled way down.
Okay.
I kind of prefer that.
How about today? Redbreast 12 against your Jameson. That was your winner today.
Oh, we've already done that.
I know, but just for today. Which one do you like best today?
Today?
Yeah,
the Redbreast.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm just wondering if it still sticks.
Oh, yeah.
Because we've had days where something tastes good and then the next day it doesn't.
I can do Jameson versus Redbreast right away.
All day long. Right? You know, there's something. I got that funky thing on the Teeling on the last sip I just had. It is oh so slight, but I don't get anything like that with the Redbreast. I'm out of Redbreast. So I'll toast that with Jameson.
Okay. I'm gonna do Redbreast now.
Okay. All right. Well, so I think our order still stands.
Yeah.
Pretty close. Black Barrel was still so far the king of our Irish whiskeys, then Redbreast. Then I would say Teeling, then Jameson's, Powers, and Sexton. So they kind of have all finished in their spot. So far we have a little bit of consistency at least in this. So looks good. All right. Up next, later this week, we're doing a peated Irish. And what I believe to be a peated Irish.
Right.
Even though it doesn't say it is. But boy, when we did the taste on this, we had Dunville 1808. Was that 1808?
Yes.
Yeah. It tasted like a Scotch.
Yes.
And so we're going to actually try it with against the Connemara, which is a peated Irish whiskey. So that's coming up next episode. So like and subscribe. Tune in. Shalanta, to your health.
See ya.